there are 3 E's of Facebook marketing that all of us need to be grounded in, which is the marketing strategy for Facebook. So they are engage, educate, and entertain. Engage, educate, and entertain. That's what our job is. Your client may come to you and they says, I need cash, I need the phone to ring. Then maybe you need to say, well, maybe we need to look at Google AdWords, right? We need to look at something else, because what Facebook is about those 3 things, which eventually will make the phone ring. But what we need to be doing is engage, educate, and entertain. And if you hit the spot right in the center where all 3 meet, what you have is you have a unicorn. You have that piece of content that is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to show you one of them. By the way, don't try to do a unicorn. It's going to happen by accident, and maybe it will happen to one of you. For the vast majority of us, it's not going to happen. It's more by luck that it happened that all 3 of them converge. So let's talk about engage first. What I mean by engage. The key to Facebook really is engagement. That's really at the core what Facebook is about. It's about you trying to engage people out there. At the core of it, that's really what Facebook marketing is about. And a lot of business owners that I talk to are saying, well, how do I engage? How do I engage people out there? So I'm going to tell you the first thing you need to look at is that in the questions they ask is your answer. The question they ask out there is your answer. That's how you engage. So let me show you how we do that. Who has heard of answerthepublic.com here in the room? Wow, this is awesome. Raise your hand, I can see it. There's hardly any of you. All right, take a note of this. Answerthepublic.com. When I discovered this website late last year, it completely blew my mind. So answerthepublic.com, you go and this is what you see. And what you do is you enter a keyword, one keyword, and then you click on Get Questions, right? You put a keyword. So in that case, I put printing, right? I had printing client. And this is what you get. This is all the what, the how, the why, the when. That's what we collectively ask about that specific keyword. These are our questions. This used to take hours to figure out. We had to dig into Google and figure out what the questions. Now there's one website that gives you all the questions. I mean, that's absolutely staggering. If you look at it closely, you can see this question. I highlighted this question. How printing press was invented? Do you think that if you put that question and you actually create a piece of content around that on Facebook that people are going to be interested? The answer is yes. That's what we want to know. That's what's interesting. So if you're a printer, we don't want to hear about your machines. We don't want to hear about your special of the week, or we don't want to hear that the papers are going to be collated, stapled, and all this thing. We don't care. That's never in the questions. What we want to know is how printing press was invented. That's what matters to us. That's the question we want to know. The Facebook hack is more comments is the secret sauce. The more comments people are going to put on a post that's the secret sauce. That's your job. Get more comments. Now, the second thing on how you engage people is groups. Now, I would like to see by show of hands, and raise your hand high, who in the room as a marketer has a strategy for every single one of your clients to create a Facebook group for them? Raise your hand. Yeah, just a few of them. This Facebook group is absolutely the bomb. Every single one of you in the room should be thinking of how do we create a Facebook group either for ourselves or for our clients, because this is where we create engagement. This is where people are engaged. And Facebook came right out at Social Media Marketing World earlier this year and said, we love groups and we love comments. The longer the comments, the better. The more, and actually in the United States, if you actually want to have a lot of engagement, you use 2 words. Donald Trump. And then on one side, you have all the haters, and on the other side, you have a few of them, people that love him. 2 of them. We don't talk to them. But that's how you get engagement, right? But a Facebook group is really this is really the place to go. is just find a common cause or interest that audience has. So one of the ways to actually do it is go to Answer the Public. Put a keyword, just find out what are the questions. That is the interest. That's what they want to know. Your goal is to get 30 advocates. So people, in my opinion, when they try a group, they just they stop too quick. They try it and they don't see it, the long tail and all the work that there is to do. Just get yourself 30 advocates. Once you have 30 people in your group that is actually engaged on a regular basis, and what I will call super fans or advocates, then that you have actually achieved a good size group. Because obviously 30 is the people that are going to have a lot of engagement. But this is your job as a marketer. Just get a group with 30 people that are actually super engaged. That will generate and that will bring the masses for you. If you have a group, there are 2 rules you need to have. 2 rules for every group. No self-promotion. The second someone comes and self-promote their product, just say, out. Please stop. You give them 1 warning. The second warning, you move them to the Donald Trump group. Right? No self-promotion. And the second thing is don't be a jerk. Don't allow people to be nasty to one another. If you see a bad comment of someone like being rude to another, please say, please stop. Don't do that. This is the best way to kill a group, is to allow people to promote their own product and allow people to be jerks. So just make sure you say no rule there. And you have to monitor it. There is a company in the United States, I don't know if you know it here, and I'm pretty much sure you don't have that in Romania, but it's called Winn-Dixie. It's a large supermarket chain. And they did a campaign which I thought was really fascinating. They were looking for moms. It's supermarkets, so a lot of moms actually do the grocery shopping. And they reach out to moms that were actually really engaged on Instagram and Facebook and offer them a $100 credit to put post. So they give them a $100 card to go and buy groceries if they did post about the Winn-Dixie chain. Do you see the moms? Like, they were like, hell yeah, give me $100? Yeah, you bet sure that I'll put some post. I mean, this is where you could actually be spending $1,000 here and have a whole bunch of people that are posting content that is really great for your group because they're there, they're engaged. So I thought this was fascinating, and I wanted to share that because I think it's a great idea. It's one way to actually look for influencers. A lot of people look for, influencers and whatnot, which can be rather expensive. But I can tell you, a mom is very influencing. And at $100 a week in grocery money, I can tell you she's going to be posting every day. Be patient. That's the rule. You really have to be patient. And I put Gary's a picture there because what I see in a lot of people that when they're trying to do a group or they're engaged in Facebook, they give up too soon. And I'm like, I just want you to remember one thing, because everybody knows. Everybody, raise your hand if you know Gary Vaynerchuk. Right, we're in Romania and just about everybody knows him. And he's a legend now, right? I just want you to know that he spent 18 months, that's a year and a half, 18 months putting 5 videos a week with 0 audience. 18 months, 5 videos a week. Now, be honest with me, who would have abandoned that strategy after 3 months? Yeah, a lot. He did it for 18 months because he believed in it. He said, I know that this is going to work. He was absolutely right, but he did it for 18 months. What we have collectively is a lack of patience. Be patient. The way for you to have, your strategy should be provide value. That's what he did for 18 months. 5 times a week, he provided value. He taught people about wine. Value, value, value. What he did is he earned the right to have a blog. We haven't. It's not time for you to start a vlog. I mean, it's fine if you do, if you could have like 1 video a week where you're doing this, but that shouldn't be the cornerstone of your strategy. Chances are is you haven't earned it yet. You haven't created 5 videos a week for 18 months. Once you do that, then you create trust, you have an audience, and now they'll be able to listen to you. They'll be willing to listen to you. The amount of trust you earn is proportionate to the value you provide. That's the rule. The more value you provide, the more trust you will have. The more trust you'll have a bigger audience. But it starts with providing value. So this is how it looks at first. You have a lot of value and you have a little bit of trust. But you have to provide a lot of value. You have to start there. Let's go about educate now, which is the second of the 3 E's. Educate. Confucius said that if you have a 1-year plan, you plant rice. If you have a 10-year plan, you plant a tree. And if you have 100 years, you educate a child. And all of us here say, yeah, I agree with that. And yet, that's not where we're spending our time. We're not spending our time providing value by educating people, by teaching them what we know. And really, what that should be in a form of videos. Videos is really where we should be spending all our time. In the room here, if you're a marketer and you have a marketing agency, who has a full-time videographer and video editor in your team? Full-time. Yeah, just a few. Within 2 years, every single one of you will have a full-time videographer and a video editor. I would start looking into this right now. By the way, raise your hand if you have one. Raise your hand. Okay, go and talk to them. Make a deal with them. Say, oh, by the way, can we make business? Because you're going to be doing a lot of videos because this is what we want to consume. And videos are producing 1,800% more engagement. 1,800. That's 18 times. 18 times. You get my attention with 2 times. Say, Antoine, if you do this, you double your odds. I'm like, woo, I'm in. 10 times, I'm like, wow. 18 times. You need to start doing videos now. That's what we want to consume. The other thing that we have with people is they hear a video that says, okay, we're going to shoot a commercial. Avi, sorry, nothing, because I know you shot a lot of commercial, but when you go on YouTube, and you search for a video, and you found the video that you want, and then in the bottom right-hand corner, there's this thing, skip ad. Raise your hand if every single time you click on it, every single time. Look around. That's not for me. I know the answer. Look around. Every single one went up. Why on God's green earth would you shoot a commercial? We don't want to watch commercials. They don't want to watch your commercial. They don't want to watch your commercial. I don't want to watch it. You don't want to watch mine. Don't do commercials. Commercials are a bad idea. That's not what Facebook marketing is about. What you should be doing is how-to videos. How-to videos, anything how-to printing, how does printing press work, how does anything, how does SEO works, how does web design work, this is what we want. This is what we go on YouTube, and this is what we want to consume. If we have to go to YouTube to consume that content, wouldn't you think that if we're on Facebook, we're going to consume that content too? Yeah, it works. It really does. Let me introduce you to Chris with Frameworks. If you go in Miami, by the way, and you stay in a hotel or you go on a cruise ship, every single frame, picture frame in the hotel or in your hotel room is framed by Chris with Frameworks. And they were really into actually doing commercials. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to shoot commercial. We're going to do commercial. And nothing worked. They put it on Facebook. Nobody watched it. And I said, let's do a how-to. Really raw. Camera, microphone, nothing fancy, just really raw stuff. And this is what we did.
Chris Sweeney from Frameworks here. Today I'm going to walk you through step by step how to face mount to acrylic. Let's go. So the first step is in our creative department.
I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but you get the thing.
Taking the image,
do you see how raw that is?
And processing it, making sure it's high enough resolution.
So this is what we got. We did that video. We posted it on Facebook. And we got 5,700 people reach and 2,500 unique viewers. Do you know how many people they have on their Facebook page? 300. 18 times! But what's really amazing is 176 engagement. 176 engagement. People liking it, commenting it. That ad resulted in $25,000 order. Do you think they were happy? Yeah, they were very happy. That was it. All they did is and they didn't believe it. This is, why do we want to do that? Our warehouse is dirty, and our staff doesn't have the right uniform, and it's going to take all day, and a whole bunch of reasons. I'm like, trust me, that's what people want to see. They want to see the stuff, how it's done. They are interested in it. There you have it. 176 engagement, $25,000 order. This is a good day. All right. A thing that I just discovered, and I want to talk to you because I think it's a hack and it's just absolutely fascinating, is how much does it cost? One of the things that I was listening to a keynoter, that was Marcus Sheridan. He was talking about a strategy that he was doing with business owners about you need to have content that talks about how much things cost. And I started to dig into it. And I'm like, let me look at that. What does he mean by that? And when I talk to business owners and I tell them, we need to do things about how much does it cost, how much does printing cost, how much does SEO cost, how much does web design cost, how much does Facebook marketing cost, I get the same three things from people. The first one is, well, I don't want to give away my pricing. Fair. And then the second thing is, well, it depends. It depends on a lot of things. And then the third one is, well, I may lose business because people may look at it, think it's more money than they can afford, so I don't want to do that. Who's familiar with SEMrush here in the room? Raise your hand if you're familiar. Okay, so there's a tool called SEMrush, and I believe that SEMrush is worth its money simply for a feature in it that's called the Keyword Magic Tool. Keyword Magic Tool in SEMrush. And you go in there, you put a keyword, and in that instance, I put hearing aids. We have a lot of old people in Florida, right? They need hearing aids. So I put that keyword, and the Keyword Magic Tool gave me that report. And these are the top 10 questions around hearing aids. 6 of them are about how much it costs. That's what we want to know. And I'm like, So I put, sorry, I skipped on one thing. So I take that question, I take any question, and I says, how much are hearing aids? And then I put it on YouTube. And in YouTube, I'm using a tool that you see in the upper right-hand corner, which is called TubeBuddy. And TubeBuddy is giving me, which is another tool, I believe it costs about $20 a month. It's not that expensive. And what TubeBuddy is telling me the search volume, and it's telling me how competitive is that. And I want you to look at the results in YouTube, and there's hardly, the questions are related, but not exactly answering that. So what it tells me is if SEMrush is telling me that, and YouTube has some content, what is the bet that Facebook will eat this up, if that's what we want to know? So I took that theory, and I brought it to a different keyword, plumber. Plumber. 5 are the top 10 questions we ask. These are all the questions. 5 of the top 10 questions is how much it costs. That's what we want to know. And then I took another one so you could actually see it. How to remodel a kitchen. Almost every single question, 8 out of 10, are about the cost. And I was like, wow. That's what we want to know. So your job is to create content for every single one of your clients and say, we need to have a strategy around educating people. How much does it cost? That's what we want to know. Everybody wants to know how much does it cost. So educate them. That's a great way for you to have really fascinating content that people want. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, this is just like, I just really want you to get that, because this is what we want to know, and this is what people are asking. If you want to figure out what type of content I need to create to educate people, tell them how much it costs. And by the way, if it depends, well, tell them it depends. Here is the low end, here is the high end. Somewhere in the middle, but you don't have to reveal your price, you just educate people how much it costs. And people will appreciate that. All right, so the third E is entertain. And who has heard of the Chewbacca mom here in this room? Few of you. Well, the vast majority of you haven't. So about entertaining, watch and see. Ah, it never gets old. I mean, I watch this like 12 times every time I laugh. Oh, here's the thing. This is a unicorn, by the way. You're not going to reproduce that, but I just wanted to get you entertainment, okay? Now, I want you to do that. This was a Facebook Live video. Do you know how many people watched that video with her? 10. 10 people. By the end of the day, she had 1 million views. She went to bed, she was like, oh my God. Like I did something, like she was like, oh my God, she was shocked. She went to bed. She woke up. There's 24 million views. Now there's 140 million views. There's going to be 140 million and 5 more hundred like by the end of the day. 140 million views with a video. Did you see the simplicity of it? The rawness of it? She was human, she was like herself, and she had a good time. You cannot watch this video without laughing. If you have someone that doesn't laugh at anything, show them that. They'll have a good time. She actually made $420,000 out of that video. That's what she actually got. Cole actually went to her house and brought her all kinds of toys and brought her to the store and gave a Chewbacca mask to everybody in their street. I mean, it was just really crazy. But that's really the result of what she got. Now, this is a unicorn. Now, we all know. I mean, it would be great if we could all have that for our brand or for ourselves, like we'd be famous. But the chances of us reproducing this is very unlikely. So let me show you another one. And this is a guy in the real estate real estate video. I'm not going to show you the whole video, but I want you to get a sense. I want you to look at the rawness of it, like how the production and what he has done. Okay. So, but what I want you to get with this video, and there's a couple of things that I think is fascinating. First of all, I got 98 likes, so it's more in a scale of what a business could anticipate for a post. He ended up selling the house with this video. Someone saw it, and obviously because what happened is it went viral. But the production is very. It's not a big production. It's him talking and a guy following him with a car. Now, they thought about it. They probably rented the Porsche. I don't know if he owns that Porsche, but you could rent a Porsche or you can rent a nice car. But I think the production was very simple. There's nothing really super complicated about it. And even though it is a commercial to sell something, there's something that he did with it that's very creative and fun, that has you look at it. I'm going to tell you the vast majority of it, real estate stuff that I get to see is just like, just boring. They're just announcing here, there's another house. It's like, it's just not interesting. This was fun. So he got 98 likes, 48 comments, and 49 shares. How he actually sold that house is through a share, because someone saw the video, thought it was really funny, shared it, and then the person that actually was in the market with $1.2 million contacted him and bought the house. That's how, the Chewbacca mom is not within scale. This, every single one of us can do that. Every single one should be able, you could actually shoot that video with your iPhone or your Droid, whatever you have. It ended up with 6,600 views. Organic. That's organic. That's pretty staggering. All right. Another case study is Eric's Outboard in Miami. And Eric's Outboard sells boat parts for outboard engines. People have boats and they have parts and everything. And when we went and talked to them, we asked them, okay, so tell me about your business. What is special about your business? Because this was their advertising. This is literally one of the picture posts on their Facebook page, right? And they said, well, what's really great about us is we have 120,000 items in stock. And then we have genuine parts. And it's all certified. Really? So here's what we did. We actually showed people fishing. Like, that's it. That was a quick video, guys fishing. That was it. Guys were out there fishing, and that's what they wanted to see. That methodology resulted in 33% increase in sales in 1 year. Who would take 33% increase in sales? Raise your hand. Everybody should have their hands. And that's pretty good, right? 33%. So that was the method, is instead of talking to them about the products and features and benefits that nobody cares about, we just show guys fishing. That's what appeals to us. That's actually a lot more entertaining than learning about all this boring stuff that they had. I mean, that they have 120,000 parts on stock is like fascinating for the guy that manages the part. For me, it doesn't matter. What I really want is I want to go out fishing with my buddies, right? And so if you show me a picture of that and it says, oh, by the way, I got to make sure that the boat is in working orders.